Hello? Oh, I probably shouldn't take that out. Hold on. I just need to plug into the right thing. Good evening. Is my sound okay? KK and Dee and Dennis and Bill. How are you guys? All right. Oh, sorry, I'm still just trying to get comfortable. Not. All right. For some reason, I have my earbuds in and I feel like I should be hearing you guys too. I don't know why. Kind of weird tonight. Anyway. Okay. So, good evening. How are you guys? How is everyone doing? Probably seems really early for some of you, like Bill. All right, I'm actually going to bring this up on my phone so that I can see your comments a little bit closer to when they come. Yeah, I'm doing good. I know, right, Bill? Okay, I don't want to hear myself. Good, KK. I'm glad you're doing good. All right. Actually, hang on just a second. I need to warn my family that I'm doing this. Kind of forgot to tell them that. The red wine speaks to KK. You're too funny. Okay, so does that mean that my son is watching? If so, make sure you warn everybody else not to come walking in. Hey, killer whale, how are you? All right. Hello, my son. All right, so I've told my kids that they can watch these. They just have to stay incognito. So anyway, all right. Welcome. Oh, you can talk. Oh, hang on. Honestly, because if any of my kids walk in, they walk right into the shot, and they're not gonna want that. And I don't want them on camera anyway. But no, drugs. That's funny because my daughter, every time, it's just a joke around here, but every time, we say something like, hey, going to the grocery store, does anybody need anything? She's like, beer. Give me a beer or whatever. Um, or, oh, I don't know. We joke with this stuff all the time. So, anyway, tonight, I can't remember exactly what I labeled this, but I do have a little something with President Trump. Um, you know, I love President Trump. Um, I love most of what he has done. Um, I still love him. I still think he's the best man for the job, and I still plan on voting for him. And I'm excited. I talked about this in a chat one time. It might have been at Bill's, um, because I just realized it. But I had just realized that um, since his last election to now this election, in this house we will have doubled our Trump voters because I will have at that point two um, two kids who will be old enough to vote, and they are both planning on voting for President Trump as well. So I'm doing my part. What are y'all doing? No, anyway, hey, six string. Um, so I can't say that, I could double it again if that were the case, but but I do have a little bit of a beef, just a little something that bothered me about a speech that he gave. A great speech that he gave, but just a little section. So I'm going to show you guys that, and then we'll chat about it. And actually, let me pull this back to the spot that. Okay, so this is, he was at the World Economic Forum, and he gave uh, that speech. I don't know, did anybody see that speech that he gave? When was this? On the 21st, so earlier this week. Okay, so I look clear on my screen, but when I look on my phone, I look all sorts of fuzzy. So I don't know how to fix that. Hey, Johnny O, how are you? Um, but let's, no one said that they saw this, so um, I had to share my screen. Sorry, hang on. I don't know why I keep expecting you guys to answer back in my ear tonight. There we go.
For optimism. Fear and doubt is not a good thought process.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it just to ask you guys if you can hear it, if the sound is okay. That must be it though. Were y'all able to hear the sound when he was speaking? I just paused it for a moment. Okay. Hello, Lynn. Hello, Bad Fast. Hello, Robert Nazawa. All right, well, okay. Well, let's try it, and hopefully y'all will be able to hear it okay.
Because this is a time for tremendous hope and joy and optimism and action. But to embrace the possibilities of tomorrow, we must reject the perennial prophets of doom and their predictions of the apocalypse. They are the heirs of yesterday's foolish fortune tellers, and I have them, and you have them, and we all have them. And they want to see us do badly, but we don't let that happen. They predicted an overpopulation crisis in the 1960s, mass starvation in the 70s.
Okay, so stop right here. Overpopulation in the 60s, mass starvation in the 70s. So he's doing great, honestly. This speech was a great speech. And he really highlighted all of the he really highlighted all of the great things that have been happening with our economy. And he talked earlier, he talked about how we did this, he did this, we did this by um, focusing on the American worker. And I thought that was beautiful. And he called on other nations to use that as an example, to use this as a model. And so all of that, it's all great. Loved it. He did great on that. I love the fact that he is pointing out, all of these doom and gloom predictions that have happened over the years. And obviously, we didn't starve, there wasn't starvation in the 70s and whatever else, right? So he's pointing these things out. But we're getting there. We're getting there. And hello, Great Informer. Thank you.
And an end of oil in the 1990s. These alarmists always demand the same thing: absolute power to dominate, transform, and control every aspect of our lives. We will never let radical socialists destroy our economy, wreck our country, or eradicate our liberty. America will always be a proud, strong, and unyielding bastion of freedom. In America, we understand what the pessimists refuse to see: that a growing and vibrant market economy focused on the future lifts the human spirit and excites creativity, strong enough to overcome any challenge by far. The great scientific breakthroughs of the 20th century, from penicillin to... Okay, so I'm pausing this because this is really where it's at. I want you to listen to this part, okay? In fact, let me go back just a couple of seconds here. Strong enough to overcome any challenge by far. The great scientific breakthroughs of the 20th century, from penicillin to high-yield wheat to modern transportation and breakthrough vaccines, have lifted living standards and saved billions of lives around the world. And we're... Okay, so did you hear what he referenced? Thank you, Great Informer. Okay, I'm going to play it again. It's literally backing it up like 20 seconds. GT Obama, ding, 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 ding. You win. Yeah, so I'm going to back it up just so you guys can kind of hear this again. Hello, Benny Mabe. And by the way, hello, GTO Mama, and hello, Lynn. In America, we understand what the pessimists refuse to see, that a growing and vibrant market economy focused on the future lifts the human spirit and excites creativity strong enough to overcome any challenge by far. The great scientific breakthroughs of the 20th century, from penicillin to high-yield wheat to modern transportation and breakthrough vaccines, have lifted living standards and saved billions of lives around the world, and we're continuing to work on things that...
Okay. So let me come back here. All right. So did everyone catch that time? And I know GTO Mama and Lynn kind of caught it the first time, but did you guys catch that? So high yield wheat and breakthrough vaccines. That was in his list. That wasn't the only thing, but that was in his list of things that he felt had saved millions of lives. So, okay, let me read this. GTO Mama, you must realize part of how Trump operates. He speaks highly of people, brings them onto the red carpet, then pulls the rug out. I have seen him do this many times. Okay, so GTO Mama, are you telling me that you think that he is highlighting these things and then he is going to, let stuff be revealed about these things and that he doesn't actually support them? Is that what you're saying? Because, I mean, hey, amen if that's the case, and I really hope so. Because I heard that, and again, it's a great speech. I mean, he says so many great things, and he's at the Economic Forum, right? So he says so many great things. He's done so many great things economically. So I love that, right? He definitely has room to speak. He has, a soapbox to stand on. So I love that. But I don't like the idea that he would be supporting or claiming that vaccines. And I understand whole, high yield wheat. I mean, I understand the idea. I understand the arguments for GMO products. I understand the feeding the world mentality. But there's also a negative side to that as well. So, hello, Mr. Dingleberry. How are you? Good evening. What were you wondering, Jonah? What did Benny say? Okay, I'm missing something. So I don't know. What do you guys think? GTO Mama, if you're right about that, I would love it. Because I do think that that we need more light shown on certainly on vaccinations. I think that and I won't tell you whether you should vaccinate or not from this forum at this place at this point. Okay, Joe, I will try to remove your wrench only because you're begging me to. Hold on, I have to remember how to do that. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I don't mean to have such pressure on you. Hmm, okay. Grade Informer might need to walk me through this. Okay. I don't know if I can do it right now. I mean, I'm sure I can pull it off. Whether I have the technical ability to, I'm not sure. Um, I don't know. Does it bother any of you? Um, does it bother any of you that he said that, or am I the only one that went, "Woohoo! Wait a minute, what are we saying?" Okay, as much good as Trump is doing in this presidency, I would find it extremely hard to believe he's in to harm us. So Bill said that. And growing with Wally, was that your first comment? At this point, what matter does it make? You were saying? Okay, RW, you're going to have to give me um, a little bit more than that, because I'm not sure what you're saying. Um, yeah, and Bill, I don't know that okay, I'm not trying to say that I think that he's trying to harm us. What I'm trying to say, oh, sorry, I probably should have been paying closer attention. What I'm trying to say, though, is that um, is he is he informed enough to question it? Um, does he believe the science of what um, I don't even know, vaccine makers, you know, and supporters say? So I have taken the stance. I've said before that I have only been kind of awake, right, for a year now. Um, and so I've learned so much in the last, well, I mean, I started learning prior to that, but just became convinced, right, about a year ago, a little over a year ago. Hello, Iron Crane, how are you? Um, so I've been learning a lot, and but there's still so much to learn. Um, no problem, Robert Wallace. Um, and so I can't say that I know exactly what is in vaccines. I can't say that I know exactly what is happening with vaccines. Um, but I just believe that there are too many questions. Um, I would like to see proof that there have been double blind studies on vaccines. I'd like to see, um, I'd like to see proof of of actual, actual science that says vaccines are okay and that they've been fully tested. I think that's the biggest concern right now is that um, we're putting things into our bodies, and the reality is that they have been tested. They go through less testing, it seems. Prove me wrong. Um, than anything else that the FDA or the federal government allows to go through. Um, we know that under Reagan in '86, that he signed into law the National Vaccine Injury I'm going to mess that up. Anyway, the National Vaccine Injury thing. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of it right now. But knowing that um, the vaccine producers, the pharmaceutical companies, weren't going to be able to keep making producing vaccines based on the amount of money that they were going to have to be paying out for all the lawsuits for people who were getting injured from vaccines, and that National Vaccine Injury, I want to say court. I know there is a National Vaccine Injury Court, but I can't remember what the bill is called. So yeah, and Bill is saying, I think they just need to slow down the entire process. There's no reason to subject that many vaccines at one time when the immune system is unestablished. So I agree with that, but um, but it goes beyond that, Bill, because I still don't believe that it has been proven. I mean, we just haven't done the studies to even say that they're safe at all, let alone safe to be given together with other vaccines, safe to be given as young as they are, safe to be given. And there's been um, a lot of studies that say that they, um, a lot of studies that say that they aren't safe. A lot of, larger things like the fact that we are the most vaccinated country in the world, yet we're what, like 22nd, 23rd um, as the unhealthiest. The amount of um, the amount of chronic issues that we now have that we didn't used to have. So, and again, I'm saying that all these things are due to vaccinations. I'm just saying that there are too many questions and there isn't enough science. I mean, they're not being tested. Why are they not tested? And why is it that the people who, um, why is it that the people who um, make the vaccines, who have a hand in, or who have a dog in the race, right? They're the ones that are going to benefit from making money off of these. Why are they the ones that are helping to approve them? Why are they the ones that are helping to say that they're safe? That doesn't make sense. So anyway, that was my that's my biggest concern. I'm not going to say that I know for sure that they are unsafe. Um, I actually do believe that they are, but like with anything else I've presented to you guys, um, in order to truly say they absolutely 100% are unsafe, I feel like I would need um, a lot more proof and to own the knowledge enough to be able to spit it back at you, and I don't. I can point you to places, um, but I can't regurgitate that information off the top of my head. Okay, y'all are really talking. Hold on, let me get caught up. Okay. Um, GTO Mama. Yes, I actually saw this and I wanted to say something about this. Watch Bill Gates population decrease VIA vaccinations at TED Talks. Says it all. Yeah, he was talking about oh, what do they call that? Something zero. Um, I saw that one, GTO Mama. I know what you're talking about. Where he's talking about how we have a population, an overpopulation issue, um, and he's talking about by such and such year. I don't remember which one. But then he makes a comment, and it's just this kind of slide by comment about how, but if we do well with um, he uses a term like family planning services, which, you know, aka abortions. I can't remember exactly what terminology he uses it, but that's what he means, abortions. If we do well with abortions and vaccinations, then we should be able to curb this issue. So why does Bill Gates say that we have a problem with overpopulation, and then he says that we can help combat that issue by appropriately using family planning, abortions, which is just sick, and um, vaccinations. If vaccinations are supposed to, number one, make us healthier, and number two, make us, um, have, you know, healthier as in have a lower death rate as well, then why would that help curb the issue of overpopulation? So yes, GTO Mama, I saw that one too. And my understanding is, I don't have proof of this, but my understanding is that Bill Gates does not vaccinate his kids. If you know differently, prove me wrong. Because again, it's something I heard. I cannot prove that. I don't know that for positive. If I had a fatal disease with my expiration date nearing, I'd go for the right to try drugs. Okay. Maybe you're. I saw another comment. So I'm not sure if you're responding to something I said. And I'm not saying that all drugs, all pharmaceuticals are bad. I think we do have to be really careful. I'm understanding that more and more now. And so, yeah, if you had a fatal disease and you were nearing your expiration date, maybe you wanted to try everything you could, go for it. Iron Crane, I take in so many bugs from the gym that any virus that can make me sick will likely wipe out the entire human race. Okay. I'm not sure if that meant to be funny, but that was funny, Iron Crane. um, sorry, that cracked me up. Um, okay, so I'm not sure that a vaccination will help that, but they say over 90,000 people have been infected, more than what China was reporting. Yeah, I heard that too. And the thing in China that really has me questioning because, again, I mean, I'm at the point where I'm questioning everything that we are told, right? And I look at a place like China, communist country, a billion people, um, how difficult it is to feed their people, and yet they keep having these really random, horrible diseases popping up. So you've got the coronavirus, didn't the bird flu, sorry, the bird flu start there? And then I also was talking to someone and they had mentioned, was it the swine flu? I don't remember. Now I don't remember the names of them, but there seems to be this kind of regular um, wiping out of some of the Chinese people. So, then I have to question, okay, is that um, one way of dealing with overpopulation? So again, it's a question. I don't mean to sound crazy tonight. Um, but yeah, I just can't believe everything that's told to us anymore. I used to. Um, Growing with Wally. Hey Mel, he is just shining a light in the dark. Thanks for responding. Are you talking about Trump is shining a light in the dark? So do you think that he is kind of like what GTO Mama said? He's kind of talking about this, and then he's going to take them down. Is that what you think, Wally? Wally, sounds so weird to call you that. I would have wanted to see the reaction of the audience. Yeah, no, and GTO Mama is right. They just people don't think. I don't know. It's a little bit like listening to music and having no idea what the words are, right? You let the emotion, you let the feeling take over. And I can understand that. I mean, I like the beat, I like all those things too. But whenever anyone sends me a song to listen to, I always go to the YouTube version that gives me the lyrics because I want to know what it's saying. That means more to me than the music necessarily does. Um, okay, I pray for the people of China that they will be okay. The globalist elite and the CCP are getting very desperate and they don't care who they hurt. It's true. Okay, so the Bill Show said, true, Mel, we truly don't know, and there are many arguments. I would suggest that at a time not terribly long ago that they vaccinated us for good moral reasons. It's only in the last 25 years it's gone nuts. Yeah, and I don't, I don't know, right? I mean, I used to be, I used to believe in vaccinations. Um, I have 3 kids. My first one, I think, was mostly vaccinated. Um, and then as the other 2 came along, the second one was vaccinated a little bit less, and the third one, um, I don't. Well, she probably got the vaccinations that they give in the hospital because what did I know at the time? I was busy, recovering, um, and probably not thinking that far to just stop um, what was happening. And I don't know if I felt as strongly about it now, or then. If it were now, I would probably go into it going, "Oh, by the way, don't touch my kid." But again, that's me. And yeah, Bill, we've gone from a place where what we had like 16 doses or something, and now we have 72 by the age of 18. Um, Benny Mabe, did you hear about the Congo had 3,000 cases of Ebola, 2231 dead from it? Yes, and Benny, did you see how they came in and they vaccinated a bunch of people right smack in the middle of that or beginning of that or whatever? Is that right? Uh, so look at that because um, that was a pretty interesting choice that they made and not great results, like you said, because a lot of people died. Headless, how are you? Okay, so guys, Headless Horseman. I'm going to take this opportunity to pause for a minute and do a little commercial for people here. Headless Horseman is working on a music video. He's a really talented musician, actually, and so he's working on a music video. And if you go on his channel, he has one little teaser right now, and he's going to be releasing some teasers along the way. So go and check him out. Subscribe to him because I am sure, knowing Headless, it is going to be phenomenal. Whatever his final product is that he releases, because I'm pretty sure everything he does with excellence. So make sure you check him out. The Bill Show is on here. Bill has a great political show that he does in the wee hours of the morning. Growing with Wally is actually going on in 20 minutes, 19 minutes. So we're going to wrap this up in time to jump over to his stream in a little bit. He plays the shovel. So this is Shovel Sunday, which is really cool. Okay, I am not musically talented at all. So these guys rock. The Bill Show plays a mad piano, but he doesn't really share that with us too much. I saw it once. So maybe if he loves this enough, he'll give us some more piano at some point. Johnny O is on here. Johnny O does these extremely creative, really fun travel shows. I mean, he'll take you to different sites and stuff, and that's really cool. I can't explain it. His editing, the production of what he does is really cool. I know because I've tried to do this much, and I know how much time that takes. So he has done. He just does an awesome job, and I know he spends a ton of time. Okay, who am I missing? Oh, Killer Whale. Killer Whale. Holy cow. Killer Whale. He was also on here as Patrick Jane Forums, right? I believe is the other one. He does grow streams late at night, also very late at night, that you can meet other YouTubers on. Robert Nozawa has some cool stuff on his channel. And he's introducing us to the idea that Hawaii is not a legal state in the sense that it was, I'm going to slaughter this, Robert, I'm so sorry, in the sense that it was taken illegally, if that makes sense. So don't count on me, go watch the videos on his channel. Iron Crane has a new picture. I'm gonna have to. It's too small for me to see. So you added a profile picture, Iron Crane. Okay. Would you please shout out, guys, if you guys are content creators, because I know I'm missing some, and I'm sorry. I usually forget my own name in when I'm trying to introduce people in the room. So I know I'm messing up here. Iron Crane, do you? Oh, hey. Oh man, I'm missing a lot here. James has joined us, and Duke has joined us. Hey guys, Duke Rawl and James both have content on theirs. All right, let me back up here, and make sure I'm covering you guys's comments. Oh, I have concerns that okay, so 6 string says, I have concerns that POTUS met with China president 2 weeks ago. China has been hiding the coronavirus problem for a month plus. Okay, so what do you mean 6 string, that you have a problem with that? Do you think that President Trump knows something? Do you think that, okay, what do you mean by that? I don't want to put words in your mouth. My best friend's son had a stroke after having vaccinations at 1 year old and left him partially disabled. Yeah, that's the thing, is that that National Vaccine Injury Act, the courts have paid out millions of dollars since it was signed into effect. So, it's not, I don't know, there are injuries happening, and you have to jump. First of all, you have to know it exists, which not a lot of people actually know that it exists. And then you have to jump through a bunch of hoops to prove that um, that your kid actually was injured by the vaccination, that they can find a direct link um, in order for those to get paid out. So the reality is that as much as they've paid out, there are a lot more cases out there that have happened, but they just didn't know that there was an option or couldn't prove it to the degree that the court required. Thank you, Great Informer. I didn't mention Great Informer because he doesn't do content like this, but Great Informer is everywhere. He's in all the chats. He's a great supporter. He's just amazing. He's Parlor. Um, so go follow him. Check him out on Parlor. Yes, James. I'm a gangsta. I did a I did a video or a couple um, for Bill's birthday um, where I was playing a part, and so that's what he's referring to. Okay, Iron Crane. I'm sorry, that was funny. So GTO said Bill Gates' father created Planned Parenthood. Shocking. I think I actually had heard that before, but I had forgotten about it. And then Iron Crane said, because Bill Gates is a weirdo who loves proctology exams. Oh, um, okay. So when I said that we were going to be jumping over to oh, what's your name? Growing with Wally, that channel at the top of the hour, we're actually going to be jumping over a little bit later. He's going on at 25 after the hour. So whatever hour is coming up for you, it's going to be 25 minutes after the hour. So we'll jump on over there when he does, because he's awesome. You guys have got to hear him if you haven't, and if you have, then obviously and you'll jump over with. All right, so let me catch up. Okay, so back to Iron Crane, because Bill Gates is a weirdo who loves proctology exams. I didn't say that. That was Iron Crane 2003 who said that. But it was kind of funny. So um, Great Informers, one-liners get way more echoes than actual new posts. Robert Nizawa, vaccinate to reduce the population. Yeah, that's go and I just saw myself yawn on YouTube. That's wonderful. Go and check out that TED Talk that GTO Mama was talking about. Mama, it was something zero. They call I want to say net zero, but it's not net zero. Something zero. Anyway, where we're trying to get to something zero. So check it out because it's pretty interesting. Because you have to wonder why. Why would he make that comment? What is he saying? Because it doesn't fit unless, for that very reason, vaccines are actually harming people and not making us a healthier society and world. Bill said Bill Gates is a deep state working ant. Yeah. Oh yeah. Bill Gates has the reasoning skills of burning wood to put the fire out. Yeah. Bill Gates Foundation was chased out of Africa for poisoning the well in a village. All pharmaceuticals are bad. They all damage your liver, GTO Mama says. You know what? And, as much there's a lot that I do not know. Like I said, I mean, boy, when you wake up, when you're asleep, there's a whole world of information to know. When you wake up, there's there's so much to relearn, and then it goes deeper and deeper and deeper than you ever thought it would. Um, so, I was talking to someone the other day about different YouTube channels and the different things that everybody brings. Um, and as much as I'd like this guy to talk about this or whatever, I really appreciate what everybody brings, because I understand that there's so much, and can't um, you can't investigate it all, and you can't be passionate about all of it all at the same time because there isn't enough time in the day to um, know it all and to research it all and to um, have as much of a passion about everything out there. So um, back to the pharmaceuticals, you're probably right, GTO Mama. Um, and there's so much more for me to learn. So um, do you have maybe I should just see. Okay, I don't. Okay, you don't have videos on yours. I just wanted to check on that. Um, okay, so Joe Mama said, I can't agree 100% with all pharmaceuticals are bad. They cured my husband of cancer. Okay, so yeah, I mean, there's that too, right? And Iron Crane or Six String was saying that earlier about, wanting to try. Um, so yeah, I think they're probably, well, I don't know. I mean, here's the deal. God gave us the knowledge, and he gave us the ability to do great things and to create things and to make medicines. Maybe it goes back a little bit to what Bill was saying, where um, maybe things started out um, more positively. Although I don't know that I can say that with vaccines, Bill. I don't know if I agree with that, but you know, maybe not everything out there is horrible, right? That some things, um, some things are good. Okay, so I know I'm just babbling at this point. I was listening to a show a while back, and they were talking about, how we can create weather now and all that. And the chat was kind of going to this place of, all weather events are created weather events now. And I struggle with that because the reality is that weather events are part of God's creation. And so, yes, we may be able to create weather events now, but that doesn't mean we can stop what is God's creation. And so, if God created weather events, sorry if that's making a loud noise for you guys, if God created weather events, then and that's just part of His creation, then I can't say that all weather events were created. So, same thing, I guess, with pharmaceuticals or anything like that. He's given us the ability to learn and reason and do all these things. So, is it possible that some pharmaceuticals come from a, a place of putting putting the knowledge that God has given us and the abilities that God has given us into practice, and not necessarily for a bad reason? So I don't know. I don't have the answers on that. Okay, I'm just thinking. Okay, so you guys, normally I bring things to you guys where um, I've actually kind of fully thought through some stuff. Tonight, not so much. It's really more of me um, mentally processing with you. Um, So sorry about that. It's just not as solid as it might normally be. Okay, I agree with D. What did oh Dee retracted her message, so I don't know what you're agreeing with, Robert. But they advertise with a whole bunch of warnings. Well, isn't that? I mean, we all make fun of that, right? Like, oh, side effects could be, I don't know, exploding heart syndrome, you know, loss of all your hair, your eyes turn green. I guess green wouldn't be so bad. Sorry for those of you who have green eyes. I was thinking of my eyes. Okay, your eyes turn red, right? um, I think a lot of China's health issues stem from all the crap they breathe in every day. Compare their air intake to us, and we're practically sterile, even included cities here. Well, true, and again, with the fact that they do have issues feeding the population, stuff that they do eat is horrible, right? So, um, and that's the thing is there are. I don't know if it's because of a planted illness, right? Or I don't know if it's because the communist, um, policies and what communism does to a country caused this. Um, I don't have the answers. I just know that I question it when um, when they say, "Oh, hey, here's this thing that's wiping everybody out," and they also who was it? Okay, it came out this morning. Someone this morning had okay, this is why I'm supposed to write things down because I know someone and some date. So this morning, um, I think it was Truth Not Fiction had a little post about how did the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation know? I think is what maybe it was called. And he was talking about how about 3 months ago or back in October, there was a kind of an exercise done, and they kind of made some recommendations with a couple of other organizations. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. I wasn't even planning on talking about this, but yes, about how they, um, made these recommendations specifically regarding a pandemic. And so the question was, how did they know that this thing was going to be coming right around the corner? I don't know. Okay, I think. Okay, farmers. Pharmaceuticals have all have too many side effects and are shoved down our throats. Um, yeah, I agree. GTO Mama said, not crazy, you must question everything. I am to that point. I don't have a whole lot of answers, right? I just have a lot of questions at this point. George Soros said that 2020 will determine the fate of the world, and he is right. If Trump loses re-election, we will all be circling the drain with the crap that is the DC swamp. Getting us to talk about it, exposing them, drawing them out. So you're going back to this shining the light comment, right? And I hope so. I hope so because I know that he had talked to Senator Kennedy, right, at the beginning of of his presidency. Um, we thought there were going to be some things done with vaccinations, um, and I think there was some disappointment there. So maybe it just wasn't the right timing. I do believe that um, that a lot of what he has done has been a timing issue. That that um, we have to um, or that he has to do things in a certain at a certain time and in certain orders, um, and that if he doesn't take down certain um, factions, I want to say, within the government, if he doesn't um, clean house in some areas, he won't be able to clean house in others because they will be protected by those he needs to take out. Um, all right. Man, I am so far behind. Okay, I'm gonna speed do this. Speed do it. Mm, wouldn't carpet burn in hell? Okay, I know that was a response to Great Informer. Has it, D? I hope so. That'd be awesome if you were feeling better. Bill said, the Bill show. I've heard firsthand information about vaccine damaged kids. Most pull out of it within a couple of weeks. Some never do. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. And I guess, the question becomes, what is okay collateral damage? And the um, the argument, the guy that did Dell, gosh, I am sorry. Apparently, I remember nothing tonight, but the guy who did Baxter's, right? Dell Big Tree. Um, he 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 talks about how um, the danger of the actual diseases that we're being vaccinated against. He goes back and with numbers, he uses actual numbers to back up what he's saying, that those diseases have been conflated and made to be a bigger threat, to sound like they're a bigger threat than they actually were. That we did not lose, that people didn't normally die from the diseases, um, or didn't die at the rates that they are actually injured or die now through the vaccines. So anyway, go to him for that information. I'm just soaking all of it in, and I don't own it enough to be rhetorical with it, and to be able to spit it back out and teach it yet. So I'm working on it. Um, that's where the immune system comes into play. Yes, but the problem is if the immune system doesn't have the opportunity to do what it was supposed to do, and that's another one of Bill Bigtree's points, is that um, is that uh, when everybody had measles, for example, that it was something that built up. You got it built up in your immune system. It was just something everybody had. What was it? He has a clip that he plays from one of those two, either the Brady Bunch or the other one that was like that, Partridge Family, where they're talking about, oh, such and so has measles, and oh, staying home from school and that kind of thing. And it wasn't even a big deal. And that was on, that was in mainstream television. That was a massive show, right? And it wasn't a big deal. Yeah, you got it. You were down for a while. You recovered, but then you were your immune system then could deal with it, and you didn't get it again. And he talks about how moms had who had it, they were able to pass on their immunity to their children. So again, that was actually a fairly recent show within the last couple of weeks that he did. I think that I saw that one. Aw, Robert Wallace and Dee are just so sweet. Sharon smokes. Oh, I love you. You guys are cute. Okay, I'm missing what you guys are saying. Local news, no confirmed cases of the virus in the US, be it there was a news tickler that said 5 cases in the Yeah, I had heard 5 as well. Um, oh, there you are. Okay. See, I'm so far behind. Wow, I'm so far behind um on you guys' chat. Okay, so Growing with Wally is going on at 25 after the hour, so in 15 minutes. 15 minutes. And then the Bill show is going on right after him. So if you guys are just hanging out for the evening, um, there's some great entertainment coming up after this. Oh, hey, Brian Griffin. See, I'm way behind, so I'm late and saying your hello. Only American for me to stand up to an oppressed nation state. Yes, Six String is waiting on Six String is waiting on getting some new equipment because his got taken, and we are waiting on that Six String. That'll be great. Um, Iron Crane, I am considering starting to make content. Got to get the world braced to see this less than pleasant mug. Okay, your picture is way too small for me to agree to that. I'm sure it is wonderful. Um, you know, I I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm sure it's great. I mean, my gosh, people have been so kind to me when I've been, you know, hair a mess, glasses. I don't know. I've come on here without any makeup on. I mean, it's it's good stuff. We have very, very lovely people on on here. So our friends here are great. KK has a great squirrel. Oh yeah, duh. KK does these KK is just one of the sweetest people in the world, and she'll do some um, lives, and she has this little. I don't know if I could call little anymore. She used to have this little puppy just like a month ago. That's getting bigger and bigger every day, and she's got an older dog as well, and they're just cute little friends now. Um, but she just comes on and talks about some stuff as well. Um, your mug is good. I might yeah, I'll have to click in the app if I'm gonna judge your mug. That's terrible. I'm sure you've got a great mug. um, yeah, KK has a whole squirrel family that lives in her yard. Oh, I have to sneeze. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. All right, sorry. Oh my goodness. Yes, headless. Thank you for reminding me. I apologize. I see. I knew I was forgetting. Um, I know I was forgetting someone, and I'm sorry, say. I'm sorry, KK. Holy cow. POTUS and Secret Service wouldn't have known about the coronavirus at that time. She has been wandering around China without a mask. So why? Why would the president be able to wander around China without a mask? Hmm? Doesn't that seem a little odd? It's such a massive issue. I mean, people in New York, Chinese that are in New York are wearing masks. So why? Okay, okay. Anyway, Folks here were buying up protective masks, goggles, respirators when I was at the hardware store. They should be out of them soon. Anyone else seeing this where you are? I am not, but I also don't live, I mean, I live in a pretty rural area. So, Bill, they're not salacious. um, all right. I'm sorry. I'm totally lost now. No, I hadn't seen it, but I don't know if anyone else has. Brian Griffin always likes to say that he carries a stuffed bunny for protection. It's awesome. Might take a gander over there. Thank you, GTO Mama. I appreciate it. Yes, there are now plenty of blackmail videos out there for you guys. um, I laid down all my pride. I laid down all my self-respect to make birthday videos for Bill. Uh-oh. 2 empty bot accounts? That's not good. You did see that, Mel. What was that, Robert? I'm not sure. I know, Bill. I have a yawning issue. It'll be okay. Oh, Iron Crane, you're in California. Did I know that? We have a lot of people. Carbon Zero. Yes. Yes. Thank you, GTO Mama. My goodness. Carbon Zero. Carbon is people and all living things. Yeah, so that's what it's called. I'm pretty sure Carbon Zero is in the title of that video. MK Ultra 0 hour. Oh, you saw that. I know what you're responding to. I got it. Microsoft just got a contract recently, didn't they? Yeah, again, follow Great Informer on Parler. He's trying to get things rocking there. I know. I do this to you guys all the time. I get on here and I yawn just for the fun of it, apparently. Good thing I can't see you guys, because then I'd be yawning all the time. So sorry. I can't even say the word. All right. Okay, I'm trying to catch up with you guys, but my goodness. Yeah, the right to try is what either Iron Crane or Six String were talking about earlier, as far as wanting that option if they were in that situation. I'm sorry, I don't remember which one. I apologize, guys. Yeah, Bill's birthday was Thursday, and Joe's birthday was Wednesday, the day that comes before Thursday. And the guy that we're going to be jumping over and watching Growing with Wally, his was the prior Sunday. Tony Patriots was, well, no, I guess maybe Robert's was previous Sunday. Okay, I'm getting my days mixed up. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to catch up. Is that a man bun? The Bill show. I can just imagine Bill with a man bun. Oh, it's Six String. Six String is the one who was saying he'd go for the right to try drugs. I mean, it's sitting right smack in front of my face on the other screen. So Six String, I said that right. Oh my goodness. I also think that to directly stop anything would lead to proof on whether or not he exists, something that would negate the need for faith. Okay, so are you saying that he won't stop us from creating some of these things because that would give absolute proof that he existed. So potentially, you're saying that maybe all pharmaceuticals still are bad, that none of them could be from a, I guess, could be pure or good or whatever. Um, is that what you're saying? Boy, see, I'm 20 minutes behind on y'all's comments. You're probably like, I don't know, that was 3 years ago. Who knows what I was talking about then? Um, okay, I don't know anything about Malibu rum. Oh my gosh. Okay, I would pay. You're going to have to do that. So for my birthday bill, I want a video of you with the man bun. Okay, rocking out on the piano. All right, I'm putting my request in. You have a month to pull it off. That's fine. I am buying into it. My body likes it. Hot yoga rules. I am missing a lot of what you guys are saying, and your eyes are always red. Mr. Dingleberry, I am so glad you're here. In the craziness, this has been a crazy. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. This feels like it's been a total mess tonight. So I apologize. I mean, I'm enjoying, your conversation. I hope that you guys are enjoying your conversation a lot since I'm not doing a whole lot here on this side of the screen. That's funny. Yeah. Oh, James, you're telling me, yes, it was Truth Not Fiction Matters that did the post this morning about how the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation would know about the pandemic thing. GTO Mama, all these years, no internet from China, and now suddenly they are filming and talking. Why now? I keep asking that one. So where's the freedom coming from? If Mel should eat an edible and do a stream. Oh, hit the thumbs up button if Mel should eat an edible and do a stream. Oh, yeah. That would, I mean, my goodness. Look at how bad. I mean, it's a mess already. Just imagine. A little lime with that cheese. Am I whining, Duke Rawl? If I am, I apologize. I don't like whining. So I apologize. Mel, you're not alone. I've been awake for the last 7 years, and there's still so much I'm learning. But the important thing is we know enough to know what's happening in the world. Yeah, again, I think it's just the basics of we can't. It's that shock, that moment of figuring out that everything that you thought you knew, or most everything that you thought you knew, will lie, and that you know anything that comes on the TV, you have to question. Anything that comes across the news, you have to question. Okay, Brian Griffin. Oh, D, that you're giving a thumbs up. Miss D. Brian Griffin said that he loved where I ate the furry roach thingy. Okay, that is just so wrong. Ferrero Rocher. Something to be savored. The absolute best candy in the world. It is. If you've not had one, you need to have one. And I've heard, now look, I'm pretty strong. I have pretty strong beliefs on, wait, what time is it? Oh, goodness. Okay. Growing with Wally is going on in a minute. All right, hold on. Forever saying long times. Oh, hey, Sith Lord. If you're still here, how are you? Oh. Oh, Miss Southern Belle, hello. I am really far behind. I really apologize. And I'm now rushing through really quickly because um, Wally is going to be going on. Wally, so weird, is going to be going on soon. Um, McDonald's made GMO giant potatoes. It was resistant to normal bugs. If the bugs didn't touch them, then why are we eating them? Is that what you're asking? Thanks, Robert Masawa. Okay, sorry. I have to totally mess with him. Okay, I'm not going to catch up, and I don't want to run over. Um, I don't want to run over Wallace's stream. So, um, I will actually. I'll go back and I'll look at your comments. I'm so sorry that I did not um, finish this. So, so I will do that. But I know that that Art Wallace or Growing with Wally is going to be starting his stream. Has he started yet, guys? Yes. Yes. No. Okay. Oh, okay. Now we have 10 minutes. Okay. So, so I will let him. Um, I will. I'll. I'm sorry. I'll keep going until he's ready, because I really do. I'm trying to catch up with your comments. I know. I do remember. Oh, Star Wars. I'm not great at Star Wars stuff. I mean, I've seen it, just not great at it. You got it, and codes too. Okay, Bill, I'm not sure what I was blind about, although I'm legally blind a little bit, um, or close to legally blind. I won't say I'm legally blind, but my eyesight is terrible. So I'm sure I'm blind to a lot of things. But thank you. I appreciate uh, your kindness. Oh, KK, you're such a sweetheart. And then KK is agreeing with Nizawa, and I'm not sure what Nizawa can be a little bit of a brat. James. Okay, you can be a lot of a brat. Brian lives in Kansas. Whoops. Hopefully I didn't just if I just blocked someone or something, it's not on purpose. I just accidentally double clicked something. I'm not even sure what I did. It disappeared before I could see it. The puppy's 3 months old. She's having trouble picking him up. Oh, I hope we see great informant. I hope we see arrests. I hope we see lots of arrests. Papa King, hello. Um, I am not against corporal punishment. So, capital punishment, corporal, capital punishment. Um, and for certain things that they've done, absolutely. Okay, y'all are talking about plasma cutters and all sorts of stuff that I don't know. But that's awesome. I'm glad you guys are. Thank you, Iron Crane. Again, I know it was a bit of a mess, but I like hanging out with you guys, so I appreciate it. I appreciate your willingness to come and hang out with me too. Yes, Bill, we're just gonna keep celebrating your birthday. Yes, and James's was on the 8th. So his was I started getting lost in the trying to work my way back on the days. So um yeah, James's was earlier this month too. So we have had lots of birthdays in our little group gang of misfits. It's been a good month. It's been great. Okay, I'm not even sure I should repeat that because I don't know what that means. Grow one from the center of your neck. Well, if you just Puppet King. So the president did the um, World Economic Forum. He did a speech at the World Economic Forum, and he talked about two things. Really, like I mean, just honestly, he was listing several things, and there were two quick mentions: um, high yield wheat, so GMO, and breakthrough vaccines. And he was talking about these things in a list of other things of being things that have saved millions of lives. And that bothered me. His whole speech was wonderful and great. He said a lot of great things, and people here know that I just love him. But I've always said he's not perfect. He doesn't walk on water. So if I have an issue, I will say it. And so that bothered me. Now, the thing that has been talked about this evening is the fact that maybe he just, was kind of bringing those things to light um, before he squashes some of it and exposes it. So we'll see. Oh, okay. So Brian Griffin, that's like making my dog wear a mohawk. Okay, so here's the thing. When I was a kid, I watched that show, Elvira, Princess of Darkness, or whatever she was. Not like her weekly show or whatever, but there was an actual movie that she was in, a terrible, terrible B-rated, you know, stupid thing. But she inherits this little white fluffy poodle thing, and from her some long lost grandma or aunt or something. Anyway, doesn't matter. Well, she's all blacked out and all this kind of stuff, right? And so she decides that she is going to um, give this dog a mohawk. She colored its hair. She put one of those little, the little spike colors around it. She might have even given an earring. I don't remember. I thought it was the coolest thing. And my mom had this little black toy poodle at the time. And I thought, well, you know, it's got to go to the groomers anyway in a few days. So I could always start the job of grooming the dog, right? Um, so yeah, I gave our dog, my mom's dog, um, a mohawk. Now he had black hair, she had black hair, so I wasn't able to color her hair. Um, and I was probably a young teen at the time, maybe, yeah, maybe young teen at the time. So it's not like I could go somewhere and buy a little collar thing, and I was doing it when no one else was home. So it's not like I could say, "Hey, mom, I totally want to, um, dress up your dog. Um, so could you take me to the store and do this?" I just did it when they weren't home, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Um, I would still totally do it. But we took her to the groomer, and when we picked her up, well, I was there when we picked her up, and the groomer gave me a little bit of a, you know, she did not like that. Da, da, da. And I thought, who are you? She's our dog. I say she liked it just fine. So anyway, I don't know. Why not? It's fun. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Um, okay. Six string. Okay, love you. Thank you. Yes, optolysis. Are we growing with Wally? Live in 2-minute warning. Okay, so that means live in 1 minute. That means we are all growing with Wally is in here. Let's all jump over to growing with Wally. And Pup King, I agree. He is not perfect. Nobody is. He has done some wrong things. I mean, I'm all for him getting reelected in November, but yes, he is. Yeah, I'm 100% with you, Pup King. I agree. He needs to be in there, and he's the best man for the job. I just, he isn't perfect. You're right. Animal abuse. it was so awesome though. All right. My wire-haired terrier had a black and orange mohawk. He acted bashful until I taught him he was a bad butt with that hairdo. Absolutely. All right. So I'm looking for. Anyway, I'm gonna sit here and jump over to his stream when I'm still on live. That's great. So anyway, he should be coming on any minute now. I don't see him yet. If anybody does, if I'm not getting the notification, he's saying he's live now. All right, so he's in the chat. Just follow his button. Just click on his name and follow over to his channel, and I'm coming right over there. Thank you all. I love you. I appreciate you so much for being here and hanging out with me, even though I was kind of psychotic tonight. Okay, bye-bye. I will chat with you later.